All right, welcome everyone to the fourth Grand Prix review of the Formula 1 2021 season. Now, for anyone who doesn't know, pretty much what we do after each Grand Prix weekend, I hop on stream and we take a look at a bunch of the Formula 1 videos and discuss a bunch of the different topics from over the weekend. We then jump into a Reddit recap from the last week, have a look at a bunch of posts on Reddit. We then have a look at our F1 fantasy team and see how we did on F1 play and see how everyone doing in both of those leagues and compare and stuff like that. And yeah, just overall review the Grand Prix and discuss everything from it. I absolutely love doing this each week. I love doing the watch-alongs on stream as well. Yeah, I'm just loving fucking the Formula 1 season at the moment. It's fantastic. But we'll start off with the live watch-along reactions from the race and qualifying. I think I include some qualifying clips in there as well. So yeah, let's jump into the live watch-along reactions. We're gonna have to see what times Gasly ends up setting, but Yuki 4/10 off of his teammate. Dude, that's so tight. Look how tight that is. 7/10 between the top 16. To be honest, I feel for my boy Yuki, but he's not picked up that car too well. Where's Gasly? Oh, Gasly didn't improve his time. Grrr, 16 milliseconds. I think there's going to be some chaos back there. 30 seconds for 10 drivers to get through. Someone's going to miss out. I'm calling it. Ricardo missed out. See, told you someone's going to miss out. There's no way 10 cars were getting past 20 seconds. Hamilton down. Bottas down. Come on, Verstappen. Another fucking sleeper qualifying. I fucking hate it. Okay, Max, capitalize on that. Capitalize on that. You're only 30 milliseconds. That's all you need. Track evolution sucks. Track evolution actually sucks balls. No, wow. Fucking poor qualifying from Perez. My lord. Where's Leclerc going to go? He's going to beat Sainz? Yes. Nice, nice, nice. P4 for Leclerc. Ocon, good result. I didn't mean qualifying was sleeper. I just meant the ending was sleeper, you know what I mean? I did really enjoy that qualifying as a whole. Come on, Max. Come on. He's got slipstream on Lewis as well. Oh! Bottas going to get past Lewis now. No, Max is flying now. I thought they were going to crash there. Leclerc past Bottas. Nice. Perez! Flying up the field now. What a start from Max. So you got Ricardo up 2, Perez up 2, Ocon lost 2, Sainz lost 2. Already out of DRS. Let's go, Max.
And live for another 66.
Wow, 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 wow. A little bit of a push out wide. And went in the... Look at that. Whoa! Leclerc just used Nitros. What was that? The fact they don't crash here is crazy. It shows they're both gods. Here we go. Look at Leclerc's Nitros start. What is this? What is that? Literally like 30k's faster. They literally turned on the grip hacks. That was nuts. Oh, Sonoda's off. He's been off for ages. There's probably going to be a safety car. Still no safety car and you're stuck in the middle of the track. Still no VSC. Great work, FIA. Don't get out of the car while there's cars going around. He's getting out of the car while cars go around. It's rolling backwards. He's not... Wrong tires. How does this happen? What is happening? Oh, front lift's a puncture. That's so unlucky. Yeah, good restart from Max, keeping Lewis behind there. Imagine spending your entire week getting ready for a Grand Prix and you missed the starting line because you're going too fast. We might have to look back to my second Grand Prix review on YouTube some point this season where I talked about how will Gasly get into this mental block of being on the back foot and he's just going to keep making mistakes and mistakes and mistakes. Alright, so Red Bull wants to go for the undercut. Oh, no, 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 no. I mean, the undercut should hopefully work, but hopefully the Leclerc doesn't stay out too long. They got to pit Hamilton. He's stuck by Mazepin right now.
Blue flags. Michael, this guy makes us lose the position.
That's sick! That's sick! That's the first time we've had that, right? In Formula 1? That's Pog! That's the first time we've heard FIA to team radios. That is Pog. Toto will probably go on Twitter and more. That is my favorite thing of this weekend. That's sick. I love F1 keep innovating. That's really cool. I like that. How is Bottas in front of Leclerc? How did Bottas get that far ahead of Leclerc? Bottas literally threw the race and then something happened and the undercut by 13 seconds. Oh, Ferrari suck, dude. Charles is in traffic. Oh. Bruh, there's no way Lewis just did all that, catches up to Max, and then can't get past him. There's no way the dirty air is that bad. There is no way. Surely not.
Mercedes committing then to the two-stop strategy.
Bruh, two-stop. I hope they do, but I don't think they are. This is going to be a Hungary all over again. Exactly what his engineer said. Was not expecting that. He got in the air, he got in the DRS again, and then whoop, see ya. Dude, this strategist is like, He doesn't know what to do right now. They're not going out this thing long. Oh, no. It's gonna be very interesting. Pit, do it, pussies. Do it. The gap is closing and closing. He hasn't pit. Stayed out again. All right, he's going long. Unless Max goes for the undercut and goes softs in a couple laps. Big brain? I'm loving it. The fact that I'm watching a Grand Prix right now and I do not know who is going to win is the best. Damn, yeah, you're right. Williams looking good. Only 4 seconds off of Gasly as well. Verstappen's, okay, my hope for Verstappen's come back. Hamilton's stopped that pace now. Is that because he's in Valtteri's dirty air, so that's why the pace has stopped. Bottas needs to pull over ASAP. Is Bottas going to hold him up because he maybe thinks he has a chance in the championship?
For the win, as he's going to...
turn in on him.
Toto just lost like 8 hairs off his head. Alright, regardless of what happens next, this has been a pretty decent Grand Prix. Not fantastic, not shit, it's just been meh. But I've been left sitting on my edge of my seat for the whole Grand Prix with the whole Leclerc Bottas stuff and the Verstappen Hamilton stuff. It's over, he's done it. It's inevitable. It's inevitable. You know what'd be nice? They both crashed, that'd be cool.
Shouting rubber from the rear of that Red Bull. Hamilton goes around the outside at turn.
Well done, Merc. Well done, Merc. Good work. Great strategy decision. Fantastic work. Look at that gap! Look at it! They need to fix the point system! It sucks! Why is there that much of a difference? They're literally finishing 1-2, 1-2, and it's that big! I hate the championship point system. I'm sorry. There's way too big of a gap. Way too big of a gap from first to second. It's so dumb. Gasly's at the points! Let's go! Congratulations to Lewis. Congratulations to Mercedes. Another fantastic Grand Prix from them. We'll break this down in a second, but you know my thoughts on Red Bull already. You don't know what else you could have done. Excuse me, Christian? Max is saying the Merc is much better. Okay, interviews are over. I'm going to go on my little, maybe it's a hot take. From those first 4 races, in my opinion, Red Bull had the much better car. Bahrain, much better car. I believe Merc had the strategy at Bahrain. Max caught up, got fucked by the stewards. I genuinely think Red Bull had the better car at Bahrain. Imola, Red Bull 100% had the better car. No doubt did Red Bull have the better car at Imola. Portimao, Merc had the better car, hands down. Spain, Red Bull had the better car. That's 3-1, in my opinion. My opinion on the Grand Prix wasn't great, but it wasn't shit either. I love the fact that 2021 so far, I'm going into every race not knowing who's going to win. And yeah, I genuinely think it's 3-1. And that's why I don't think Red Bull's excuse of, oh, Max better is an excuse. They had a better car for 3 or 4 races. And they only capitalized on one of them. Only one they capitalized on. Yeah, great work, Merc, on the strategy. So yeah, it was a, I'm not going to lie, I enjoyed the Grand Prix. I don't think it was an S tier Grand Prix, but I also don't think it was an F shit tier Grand Prix. I generally think it was a pretty decent one for the most part. It wasn't boring. The whole race I was entertained pretty much. I mean, again, just like the Portuguese Grand Prix, it wasn't the best Grand Prix, but we're on the edge of our seats. I'm just loving the season, not knowing who's going to win, who's going to get 4th place, who's going to get in the points, who's going to finish last, because it's all mixed up this year, and it's enjoyable to watch. And even when we have a Spanish Grand Prix like this, where not much really goes on, it's still entertaining for me personally, and a lot of people in my chat as well, it seems, because there's just so many different storylines and different things happening. Yeah, let's jump into the race highlights. What a start from Max. Again, he's having some amazing starts this season. And you could argue and say that's a bit rude, but if I didn't do anything, Lewis didn't complain, it's all fair at the end of the day. Charles Leclerc making his way up past Bottas as well.
66 laps.
Lewis did go very deep though, to be fair. But yeah, this really cucked over Max in the end. I mean, Max had, what was it, a 2-second lead before this happened. So who knows what the Grand Prix would have been like if this didn't happen with Yuki. But then again, it could have been super boring if this didn't happen. So who knows? Max had that really good start. I was hoping Leclerc got past Lewis here, but that was going to happen. Okay, so this was the first point of the Grand Prix where it got interesting for me. We're 25 laps deep. Verstappen pit, and what I didn't understand was why didn't Mercedes pit with Verstappen or pit the lap after, because Verstappen's undercut was insane. And then I don't know how in the end Lewis just hunts him down on those mediums from 10 seconds back, but I still don't understand why Merc didn't pit with Verstappen. Yeah, I guess I've been told that the fresher tires at the end of the Grand Prix is super important and super crucial. It's very doable as well, and I mean we saw that happen. And yeah, Red Bull lost a few 2.2 seconds, you'd say they lost on the pit stop. So he came out quite far behind Max because of the undercut. I don't get why they don't pit with him. one. But, I mean, he hunted him down, so... And Max had the tire save as well. Yeah, so this was the point where we saw Lewis catch Max after being 7 seconds down or whatever it was, sit in his DRS for a very, very long time, and then make the decision to pit. Yeah, they wanted to do the different strategy. They were probably committing to the strategy from the beginning without telling anyone, I guess. So that was, I guess that's kind of an obvious. But, or unless they were just trying to see what Red Bull did and they had different strategies in mind. But yeah, they did this, and Red Bull didn't decide to pit. Now, I was super, super confused. But I was told later on that it was because if Max pitted with Hamilton, then Bottas would be leading the race. Would Verstappen and Hamilton had have caught Bottas? Probably, yeah, and overtook him. So it's kind of irrelevant if Bottas won the race. Even if Bottas won the race, who cares? Max is still then beating Hamilton in the championship. But then I was told that Red Bull didn't have another set of mediums. So Mercedes just outclassed Red Bull everywhere. They had a second driver in a position to strike. Red Bull did not have another set of mediums. Red Bull going on the softs would have been very risky at the end of the Grand Prix with Lewis on meds. Like, dude, Mercedes outclassed Red Bull so much with the strategy.
Could be Hungary all over again here. Hungary 29.
And he was right. Lovely move this was. Oh my lord. The Norris's tires were shot at this point, so nothing you could really do. Sainz and Ricciardo having a fun battle. I enjoyed that. Yeah, so he didn't pull over. That was so tight. Now, real quick, I don't think Bottas held him up at all. I don't think he intentionally tried to hold him up. I don't think he did. Yeah, I don't think he held him up at all. But he definitely didn't get out of the way. Good to show that he's trying to stay in the championship fight. Although I think most of us know that Bottas probably can't win it this year again. But yeah, it was good to see that he's at least not letting Lewis just get 3 points, essentially. With 8 laps to go, Lewis caught him, and it was inevitable at this point. And it's done, and it's over, and you just know Lewis has won at this point. Oh, but what a strategy from Merc. What a strategy. Mercedes killed it with their strategy this weekend. And then this was interesting on the last few laps. All these guys just tussling. Gasly ended up getting up to 9th from here. Wow. Yeah, Gasly got a point after getting a 5-second penalty for starting in the wrong spot. Bruh, I don't know how he started in the wrong spot. That was so weird. He just didn't stop as Lewis Hamilton breaks another record. Alright, let's have a talk through some of the finishing positions. So Lewis Hamilton finishing first place. Mercedes, great strategy. Red Bull, obviously Max had a great start. Pretty good drive in the end. He even, in my opinion, looked better in qualifying as well. I generally think the Red Bull was better at Spain this week. But yeah, they didn't react to that strategy. With not having a second driver in the fight, Red Bull that is, they can't do much with their strategy. And yeah, Mercedes just outclassed them in the strategy department. Valtteri, very, very poor start. You know, lost out to Charles, got stuck behind him for a very, very long time. Then undercut Charles. Ferrari's stupid strategy didn't react. And yeah, unfortunately, Charles missed out on the podium there. Decent race from Perez. Obviously, he's in the Red Bull at the end of the day. He needs to be in the fight with the Merc and the Red Bull and Verstappen to help out the championship. But he started in 8th or 9th or whatever it was, and he worked his way up to 5th at a very, very tricky track like Spain. So yeah, decent result from Perez. Ricciardo, his best weekend yet so far for McLaren, if I'm not mistaken. Sainz had an alright weekend as well, although it could have been better considering how far he was off of Charles. I definitely think Charles was my driver of the day for this weekend. He was exceeding his teammate more than anyone else, I felt. Lando Norris, pretty average weekend in comparison to his other three. Yeah, tricky track, Spain, stuck in dirty air and stuff like that. But yeah, qualifying was there, race was there. Ocon getting 2 points again, decent result. Gasly, 1 point. He should take that after his penalty and where he started in qualifying. But AlphaTauri's having an awful start to the season. I honestly think they're 4th, 5th best car on the grid, and they're not getting any points. And then the rest of the results, yeah, not much really to say about these guys. Raikkonen, pretty decent result. Giovinazzi disappointed me after a few good races. Aston Martin looking better, but still not getting any points. Williams looking really good. Russell was almost on for points at one point. But then the tires just fell off that cliff. Alonso having a pretty meh race. And then the Haas is way at the back again. And Schumacher finishing 30 seconds in front of his teammate once again. We forgot to talk about Tsunoda. So obviously he retired from the race with an engine problem, but in qualifying, yikes, he went out in Q1 and then he went on the radio and said something weird about the car, and then he went in his post-race interview and talked about the car, and I get his English isn't the best, but I don't know what he was trying to say, to be honest. It was really weird. He was saying he's not to speed in the car, but he's saying the car isn't good enough, and then he's saying Gasly has a better car, and then yeah, it was really weird. And then the car fucking broke down on him, so I don't know. Someone's going to have to say something to Tsunoda because that interview was confusing and probably gave off a lot of mixed messages to the public. All right. Top of the week. Let's go through it. How many Mazepin tweets or posts will we see? There's none at the top right now that I can see. Let's go. All right, McLaren are the only constructor that have had double points finishes in every race this season. Oh, interesting. Did that continue this Grand Prix? Yes, it did. Mercedes, he's back. Romain Grosjean will return to F1 in a special one-off test with the team. Lovely stuff. Great stuff from Grosjean. Obviously, you know, horrific crash. He didn't get to finish off the season, so he gets to kind of drive his end to Formula 1. Final time to drive a Formula 1 car will be in a Mercedes around France, so that is sick. FP1, Mazepin locks up and drives on the gravel. 16k upvotes. Let's see if it's worth 16k upvotes. Nope. So people just once again onto it, Reddit, upvoting and commenting and all this shit on a post. I mean, this was not even his fault. He barely gets on the throttle. Exactly. Don't blame the driver. Blame the car for that one, in my opinion. I guess he could have been driving slightly more careful the way the car is in the tire temps, but yeah, I don't know. People fucking shitting down Mazepin's throat for that one. It's like, eh. Bottas rubbishes claims that he may lose a seat before the end of the season. Only one team does that. It's very true. Only one team does that. I doubt Mercedes in a constructor and drivers championship fight would swap their driver. Unless Bottas literally started throwing, I don't think they'd swap. Especially for Russell, who's not been in a top car before. They wouldn't do it for anyone. Merc don't do that. Nikita Mazepin 3-place grid drop for blocking Lando Norris in Q1. So this is what Mazepin got thing for. Here he is.
Look at all this.
So 2 cars overtake him. And then he pulls off onto the line in front of Lando. So yeah, my opinion on that is it's tough. He got overtaken by 2 drivers before he was about to start his lap. They shouldn't have done that. There's gentlemen's agreements for that and all that stuff. But he didn't need to pull onto the line in front of Lando Norris. Like, yes, he wanted to start his lap. But at the same time, he's been cucked and impedes another driver's lap to get his lap in. Like, I know, you just got to cut your losses at the end of the day. Like, the penalty's fair. He broke the rules. But then again, it is a little harsh at the same time. I don't know. Let's leave that to the stewards. Marcus Ericsson, it was fun for the first time or two, but now it's getting a bit too much. Instead of swearing, complaining, acting like a kid that doesn't get his candy, he should focus on getting the most out of himself and his car. He's fast, but seems like his own worst enemy at the moment. Wait, who's he talking about? He's talking about Tsunoda? I'm not gonna lie, I slightly agree with Marcus Ericsson on this one. I think Tsunoda, he's a great talent, and he's gonna be a great talent in Formula 1 for years and years to come. And he is a very passionate driver, and he's also, you know, English isn't his main language, but he's saying some stuff that's either whether it is what he's trying to say in English, it's tough, and like sometimes he just needs to calm down and just focus on bettering himself instead of complaining. It's getting a bit too much, like swearing at people in practice for impeding his lap. Like, head down, get better, go. Stop worrying about that stuff, you know. Like, I don't know. Red Bull approached 100 Mercedes engine staff and got 15. So for anyone who doesn't know, Red Bull bought or hired 15 Mercedes staff members last week, or it came out that they did this, and they approached 100 of them. That's crazy. I don't know exactly how it works in sports, but I mean, at the end of the day, if someone's willing to spend more to hire you, then people are going to take the job, I guess. So let's see what Red Bull and Honda's engine looks like. Well, it's not going to be Honda anymore. Alonso and Hamilton, I don't know if what he's doing is being valued enough. I agree. Lewis Hamilton, I've grown so much respect for Lewis over the last couple of years. When I first got into the sport, I thought he was just a guy who drove the fastest car and acted like an idiot. And I've grown to know he's probably the best driver on the grid. Him, Max, different league. He's one of, if not the best driver on the grid in the best car, and he's just doing things that other drivers don't do. And yes, his personality kind of annoys me, but he's also acting how he should be, in my opinion. Like, he's not acting like an idiot, and he's just acting very he's very social media trained, you know. For an F1 theme map was added to Counter-Strike Level Offensive. There's a bunch of Easter eggs and reference for us F1 nerds. Yes, I off stream went on the map and had a look. We've got like an F1 looking car, which looks like Antoine Hubert's kind of logo down there. Yeah, we got, I forgot what his name is, but some moments from actual real life F1 on there. It's a really, really cool map, I must say, but it is a wingman map. So, Charles closed 2021 race results so far. Yeah, he's having a cracking season, if I say so myself as a Leclerc fan. P6, P4, P6, P4. Nice. 35-second pit stop for Giovinazzi, puncture in the wheel. Yeah, this was so weird. But we found out it wasn't a puncture. It was actually no air was put in the tire. And it was just put straight into the blanket. That was tough. All right, let's get into looking at our F1 fantasy team for the week. Our fantasy team, we got 188 points this week. We got 41 points on Max, obviously getting second place in the race and qualifying second. Leclerc Turbo Driver was pretty good. He finished fourth. That was obviously the best person we could put Turbo Driver on this week. Gasly got a little bit of points this week, more than Norris. That's purely because of the amount of overtakes he did. Norris was a bit of a letdown, but then again, putting Ocon, the only other person I could put in my team instead of Ocon, instead of Norris and Gasly would have been Ocon, so I guess that's the best I could have done. Schumacher with 7 points. Usually he gets about 11, so I don't know what let him down. He didn't make up any overtakes that race apart from Tsunoda. And then 59 points for the Red Bull, obviously, because of Max and Perez. So, yeah, pretty good team this week. I think my team did pretty well. I can't think of a team that could be better. We'll go have a look at our league, though, and see how everyone's doing and see if we can find a team that did better than me. So, I got 188 points. We're currently sitting 46. So, the highest non-Mega Driver user is Seb. We're 75 points behind Seb. So, Seb's team for Spain was Verstappen, Schumacher, Leclerc, Norris, Gasly, Red Bull. Yeah, so we had the same team as Seb. And we caught up to him a little bit because we put Turbo Driver on Leclerc. Nice. So that's good. Okay, so we got equal 6 in terms of points this week. Ignoring the Mega Drivers, though, we got second place. Equal with Bluey. Nice. Intense Fate and Stalin had the team of Leclerc, Turbo, Gasly, Russell, Norris, Verstappen. Okay, so they just had Russell instead of Schumacher, which gave them an extra 3 points. All right, let's go check out our F1 play, and then we'll end the review there. We only got 3 out of 10 out of Spain. I thought I was going to do super well. No one got 10 out of 10. 0.12% got 9 out of 10. Wow. We got Max wrong, Lewis wrong, and Leclerc wrong in that position. We got the Max Verstappen fastest lap right. We got the highest Q1 finisher of Leclerc right. We got Antonio Giovinazzi wrong. Unfortunately, with his puncture, it didn't really work out too well for him. I just guessed Bottas first retired. He's got to throw a name out there. I was hoping Bottas retired and we could have Leclerc on the podium, and nope, it ended up being Yuki. I guess 18 out of 20. We only had one person retire. We did have a safety car, and then the margin ended up being 15 plus again because of the fast lap pit stops at the end. Let's have a look at how the league's going. Wow. Rockio and Stev both got 7 out of 10. Well done. Buey, Matthew got 6 out of 10. Daddy Trin, Les Bale, and Quinto got 5 out of 10. And then we were down here on 3 out of 10. And then we had a few noobs on 0 out of 10. Unless they didn't predict. Some of them might not have predicted. But yeah, guys, that is going to conclude my review of the Spanish Grand Prix. I love doing this every week, as I always say. Absolutely loving Formula 1 at the moment, discussing everything on my stream and then cutting it up into YouTube videos as well. Just the whole watch along and discussion, build up, post-race stuff, every single Grand Prix weekend I absolutely love. And yeah, I appreciate every single one of you watching and being a part of it. Yeah, in 2 weeks time, we're at Monaco as per usual. Watch alongs on the stream, as well as pre-race build up and post-race discussion, and then also the Grand Prix review a few days after the Grand Prix ends. And yeah, we'll be doing stuff in between practices and qualifying and stuff like that on the stream as well. Yeah, I appreciate every single one of you watching.
I got it so bad, I got it bad for you. You give me good love, you're like a dream come true. They say it won't last, they say you're wild and free. I know you never